We're here for a special mini podcast with
Yay!
Alice. And now I'm putting her on the spot because she doesn't know what I'm going to talk about. Alice, we're going to talk about you now.
Oh.
Specifically about you. You live in the States, you live in Washington, D.C., okay? You're a professional career woman, you are 33 now, which is supposed to be a really, really good age, and it is a really, really good age.
Yeah.
I know I can testify to the fact that you're very intelligent and you're quite attractive,
Oh, thank you.
but I want to hear some of your views on your life, and I will be directing the questions, of course. I'm not going to leave you like that. Now, first of all, attractiveness-wise, how would you rate yourself?
7.5 out of 10.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's exactly what the grade I'm giving you. That's exactly it.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I'm pretty realistic. I don't think it's key. And
No.
we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
that. But 7.5 is good. It's basically the exact number
No.
where nobody's gonna be like, no way. No, like everybody's gonna be okay. So
Yeah.
the rest of the stuff gives you your extra value. You know, you have a very good sense of style, like with the way you're dressed, very classy and everything. You're very well educated. What I want you to do is to describe, drop the food, woman.
Ah, okay.
I want you to describe what's your reality, because I know what your reality is like, but
My reality is surreal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really want the guys to hear how it is with guys in the US and how they're pursuing you, what they're doing, and all this kind of stuff.
Well,
Don't say names. Let's not embarrass anybody.
So I'll be the evangelist of hope for all 7.5s and under here.
Yes.
And we're not talking about extremely good looking, extremely endowed, extremely wealthy, and Harvard educated people here.
We're not.
We're not. We're talking about your average person off the street with basic
Good genes, but that's all.
genes and maybe some education, but and some intelligence and the motivation to improve themselves. So much in your life depends on grit, on you making the decision to make something happen in your life, you figuring out how this could be done, and then taking the leap of faith, and then just starting to chip away at it.
True.
It could be a process that takes 10, 15, 20 years. The idea is you do it or you die trying. And so in terms of my own experience,
I'd like to hear some specific stories without specific names. And you've been telling me about.
we're not sharing the stories. Basically, humans, they take a lot of physical cues. But the most important cue that you take from a person is kind of psychological. It's kind of things that you communicate through how you carry yourself, how you talk, your outlook, your life outlook. The kind of grain of hope that I want to share with everyone is that if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your success, you will find people who will believe in you too, and that's kind of like it has an accumulative effect. You have something that's maybe a decision, it becomes a habit, and then it becomes nature, it becomes second nature, and then it's you before you know it. The same with dating. If you lower your standards, then you but you decide that you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of respect. That's something that people think about you too. If you decide that, no, you're worthy of success, you're worthy of having your needs met, you're worthy of having a person who makes you feel special. And I think most people will be able to kind of manifest those things in their life.
Well,
Yeah.
I will briefly interrupt you because people are just hearing some good like the secret stuff.
Yeah.
But
I know.
me that I know you from
Yeah.
for many years now. How long? 15 years?
Yeah.
I know that you've worked very hard on this, like actually worked very hard on this, on learning language, learning the languages, you're training, you have learned how to cook, you've built yourself up. It's not just, oh, I believe I deserve this. Your actions have been where your words are, okay? I don't know which came first, probably the words first and followed by actions, but it's definitely not just words. What I do want to hear though, and I'm going to pressure you into that, otherwise I'm going to say it by myself.
Yeah.
I want to hear about all those guys flying you around the world and coming and giving you cars for gifts and give all this kind of
No,
stuff.
I'm not talking about that.
So I'm gonna say it by myself.
No, I'm talking about that.
Even she doesn't want to talk about that.
Yeah. What you talked about
Like
with,
you were 18
Yeah.
and we were going out together and there was this guy who was giving you like necklaces and stuff and you were giving them to me. Which thank you for about that.
I was?
Yes, you were.
Give them back to me. Oh my god,
You're
I
right.
was?
I'm not doing that. I gave them away to another girl
Wow.
and she was very happy. And then
I don't remember that.
that's okay. This
Yeah.
other guy wanted to give you a car and I was like telling you, please get the car, get the car. And this kept on happening and these guys were like pursuing you like crazy. Meanwhile, you say you're a 7.5 and I know several 8.5, even 9s that do get a lot of sex but they're not get pursued like that. Especially not from people who are willing to do this big ass investment on them. Because pursuing a woman by sending her Facebook messages or SMS, it's nothing. It's free. But pursuing her and trying to woo her, as you say, by giving her like a car or access to your private airplane or things like that, it becomes a little bit more heavy. Why?
I have no I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, it just
I
seems
think- I
natural to
think-
you.
One of my most favorite books is Tao Te Ching Lao Tzu. It's on your reading list now.
Yes, it is.
It talks about how when you don't seek to possess something, you have it. When you're not afraid to lose something, when you're afraid to lose something, you already have lost it. So I think the problem with a lot of people is when they establish relationships, they really instrumentalize each other.
Meaning?
Meaning, I have this void in my life.
Ah, okay.
I need to be filled. As soon as I find the person that will, the peg that would fill the hole, that's the one. As opposed to, this is the amazing person in my life. I'm really interested in getting to know him or her. I'm really interested to develop a relationship and see how far it goes. And it could be different types of relationship. It doesn't have to be sexual. It could be friendship or, whatnot, colleagues, partners in business. I think people see that sincerity. And when you make people feel special, that's the feeling that people are willing to move mountains for and they're willing to give up their most valued possessions for. They're willing to fight for it. It's really not a secret. It's more about truly connecting with people.
So you think that's the reason, like emotional connection?
Emotional connection, yes. When you make somebody feel like they're understood, they're unconditionally loved, when you give them that sense that could not be replaced easily, replicated, I think that's something that they're willing to sacrifice without limit.
Interesting.
Easy. Easy peasy.
All right, Alice, thank you very much. I will let you go back to your yogurt.
I'm done.
And we're done.
Yes.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.